going on, everyone? Alex Miller from the Eagle, joined by Levi Hancock, Brazos Christian's quarterback and defensive end. He's also committed to Texas A&M as a long snapper. So, Levi, as the season approaches, what's kind of some expectations you guys have for your team this season?
Obviously, every season we start out with the highest expectations. We feel like we can win state every year, and we just have to make it happen. We have a tough schedule, but it'll be a nice challenge for us every week.
Gotcha. I was talking with Coach Hoffmeyer earlier, and he mentioned you guys have a lot of returning starters back. How valuable will that experience be for your squad this season?
It'll be extremely valuable. I mean, maturity is key for us. The past 2 years in the playoffs, we've lost some really close games. So I think with our maturity level, our motto this year is finishing strong, and I think maturity really helps with that.
For sure. You playing both ways. What's maybe an area that you've seen yourself grow in your game on both sides of the ball this offseason?
I would say for quarterback, it's timing, throwing my receivers out of the routes instead of trying to wait till they're open. And then at defensive end, I think just a lot of improvement everywhere because I hadn't played it before I came here my sophomore year, so I can always improve at defensive end about everything.
Gotcha. You're also a long snapper. I really kind of wanted to talk about that. When did you really get into that? Because that's not really a position that everybody's gung-ho about doing.
Yes, sir. Well, honestly, I started about my 8th grade year, and I realized that probably my best chance at playing Division I football was long snapping. So I started really working at it my freshman year and into high school. And so really that's why I started doing it, because I wanted to play at A&M. That's always my dream. So.
Gotcha. Do you have family that went to A&M or siblings maybe?
My dad did,
Okay.
and my brother is going there this year. So yes, sir.
Gotcha. Was there anyone that you saw maybe like watching a game or some film on YouTube that you were like, oh wow, that's long snapping and this is kind of interesting?
Well, actually, I was really lucky when I played for the homeschool team here in town, BB Chia. One of our coaches was a long snapper at A&M, Austin Fry, and so he started coaching me a lot, and that's really how I got started.
Gotcha. How did you maybe practice at long snapping? Were there any particular drills that you would do to kind of improve your skills in that way?
I mean, I wasn't as big on drills as just snapping. My brother would go help me a lot and catch for me. My dad always would, so they were really helpful.
Gotcha. When did you really realize that you could, actually, kind of go somewhere with long snapping?
When I went to one of the snapping camps that I do in Dallas, it was a big deal, and I did pretty well compared to everybody else. I was like, if I keep working on this, then I can do it.
Gotcha. When was that when you went up to Dallas to that camp?
I would say about 3 years ago now. I think they're usually in May. And,
Gotcha. Was that the Colts kicking camp?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Going to that camp, did you kind of have any expectations, or were you just kind of going to be like, hey, I'm interested in this, and we'll just see where it kind of goes?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what it was going to be like at all. I was just excited to go see where I was compared to everybody else.
Gotcha. As time went on, what did it mean to kind of get some success, at those Colts kicking camps and start being recognized for that?
I mean, it was huge. It really built a lot of confidence that I could do this, and the Colts camps were extremely helpful, and I wouldn't be here without them. So.
Gotcha. You committed to A&M earlier this year as a preferred walk-on. What did you go camp at A&M, and what were kind of the conversations with maybe Coach Russell and Coach Fisher like when they kind of offered that spot for you?
Yeah, I did a snapping camp there, and I think they liked how I snapped there, so they offered me a visit. And then there, I got offered a preferred walk-on spot, and I really didn't have to think about it because that was my dream. My whole life was to play there, so I was just going to take whatever they gave me, and I was just blessed they gave me that offer.
Awesome. Well, Levi, before you go, what's kind of your hope and y'all's goal for this season?
I mean, obviously your goal is always to win state, and it's going to be tough, but I think we can do it with the team that we have. So.
Awesome. Guys, it's been Levi Hancock with Brazos Christian. Check out theeagle.com for more coverage on season previews and high school football.